As I said before, because of this, stress in and of itself takes away years from our lives. One thing that that is very that I like to cover is the Bible says has given man to live 120 years. Now, um, for most people, we say I don't know of anybody who lives to be 120 years old. I'll say that my wife's grandfather, also man, is 100 years old. He just turned 100 years old a couple of weeks ago. And if you get to meet him, he's a man who's very calm, very collect. He's whatever he in what he does. But not many people do we know reach 100, 102 years old. And if they do, it's kind of like, okay, we know that time is limited. But we have 120 years. And so I used to always have this question: if God says we can live up to be 120 years old, why are people dying on average rates of half that age? Did something change? Like, oh, well, the life you changed it to 75 or something? No, it never changed. When we understand that stress takes away years from our life, it's not talking about taking away years from our lives chronologically. So that means that I can be 40 years old, but I spent the last 20 years of my life in a stressful lifestyle, which means that I've aged my body an additional 20 years. So I might be 40 years old, but I'm living in a 60-year-old body. Well, how's that for sure? How do you know that? That's not what a 60-year-old body is. Again, how do you know what a 60-year-old body is? How do you know if most people that are in their 60s and 70s have bodies that are in their 90s? We don't know that. So what we don't want to do is write off to say, well, hey, that's not what a 60-year-old feels like. No, that chronologically, because of what we're used to, because of the standards, we can give those criticisms. But the truth and reality is we don't know what age really feels like, especially when we all are susceptible to the same things: living in oppression, living in these challenges, and living long-term stressed lives. And so, as a result, this is what we have. Now, here's the matter that has been my argument and my issue with the matter, especially being one in this industry, wanting to help people. We have a $1 billion industry who has the science and knows all of this. So I'm not telling you anything that is, I just had this idea that came to me. This is all true. This is all science that can all be researched and learned and understood. We have a system that is out to instead rather teach you the truth so you could live a better life, but rather keep you misinformed so they can profit off of your lack of knowledge. What do I mean by that? When it came to relieving stress 40, 50, let me say 60 years ago, 60s, it was common that the common theme was to smoke cigarettes. If you smoke a cigarette, that is the way to relieve stress. That's how people got caught up on it. Hey, I'm at work, it's hard, we're gonna go take a cigarette break, relieve some stress, get under pressure. And over the years, it's been proven that cigarettes are a very bad habit. It's very bad to our lungs and to our body, to our skin. In many more ways than one, it's worse more for us than it is beneficial. And so as a result, a lot of people have turned away from cigarettes as being the result of relieving stress. Most people who smoke cigarettes today are associated to because of the addiction of smoking cigarettes, the nicotine. Now, in more modern times, you might find people saying, well, hey, a really great way to relieve stress is practicing yoga. And what is yoga, by the way? But basically, this is now the new way to practice yoga. So go join a yoga class and sit down and meditate to something that you don't know, and believe that you're going to overwhelm. You're going to get this, and then you get a result. You feel good, and then you're telling other people, come back and practice yoga. This is the way to relieve it. And then they say, well, hey, if yoga is a little too extreme, you can exercise. Exercise relieves stress. Okay, well, let me go out for a walk or let me go for a jog. And I find that I feel a little good. I feel better when I do that. That relieves stress. Okay, what's been given to you are solutions to relieving stress. None of these solutions or any of the individuals providing these solutions explain to you why these work.